What's going on, guys? You're watching the Tonga Kid. That's right, coming live from you with Monty and the Pharaoh broadcast. Don't forget, tune in. Don't miss it, because we are keeping it real right here.
Right, life and death. But Umaga, Eddie Fatu, your brother,
Yes.
incredible talent.
Oh, man.
Can you talk to us and just tell us about your brother and what kind of person this man was? Because as a wrestling fan, what a talent, but I could imagine with someone being that talented, what a great human being he probably was.
Yes. Again, these are very sensitive, that come out. But again, I'll just keep it real. My brother was a good person. I'm not just telling you or the world because he's my brother. You have to know him to say these things, and I know him. He was a good person, a good human being, a good dad, a good uncle, a good brother. He was a giving man. I mean, the money that he made and he shared his blessings. It's the same what I did when I was Tonga Kid. I shared my blessings. And, my brother, Edward Fatu, my mom calls him Edward Fatu. I was wondering, like, who you calling Edward Fatu? I didn't know that was his real name, that's your brother's real name. I thought it was Eki, but it said, no, it's Edward Fatu. It's on the birth certificate. But my brother Umaga was a good man. Like I said, it's just sad that he left so early. He went so quick, so fast, and until this day it's hard. We're still trying to deal with it, and I know it's been a while. But anytime you lose a loved one, it's those are hard to bounce back from. We got to learn how. I try to really learn how to dust myself up. Even with Yoko, I always think, what would be if they were still alive and here with us or with me? What would it be like? A celebration. There's always laughing and joy all the time with us. So we miss half of that. We miss half of the Samoans, our family. They're all falling. Everyone's falling like dominoes right now. And a lot has to do with the choices they make, the stuff they eat, the things they do in life. You're putting in your body. It's all up to you, whether you want to move forward in life or not. But my brother had some issues he was dealing with, and it can, again, like I said, it can be family issue, it can be work issue, it could be maybe he didn't go, Vince sent him, I guess, to some rehab or whatever the case may be. But again, you can't stick. I can lead the horse to the water, but I can't make you drink it. But yeah, I mean, he's a good person. He really was. Well, again, I'm not saying that because he's my brother. Please don't. I'm not trying to be a hero or saying, oh, you only say it because his brother. No, I'm telling you, he is a good person, a good human being, a good dad, a good brother. He was just a giving person, and he was humble. He just happened. I mean, the spotlight they gave him, he earned that. I mean, he's a good fucking wrestler, man. A good worker, a savage, a beast, a bulldozer. You call it all. You combine all them wrestlers in one. That's my brother Umaga right there.
Sam, I would hope that it would be comforting, at least to you, because I'm sure you recognize this. Since his passing, his legend amongst wrestling fans has grown to almost mythological proportions. People want him in the Hall of Fame yesterday. I mean, that must make you feel good, at least, I would assume.
Yes. I mean, at least they recognize him. At least they thought about him. You know what I mean?
It was great.
Sam, I'm going to tell you a true story.
Great.
I have a daughter. She's 30 now. If I was going to have a son, and my wife could back this up, my daughter could back this up, I was going to name my son Umaga. And that is the truth. That is the truth. If my wife was here, she would tell you. I was naming my son Umaga.
There's Umaga right here.
That's it, baby, Umaga. And recovered, God bless.
Yes.
Can you tell us that story of what happened and how you felt during this whole thing?
Which is also medically unheard of, from what I understand.
Well, thank God.
What happened in that situation?
Thank God and God bless.
Yeah,
that's
man, that was a 12 years ago. This motherfucking wine, I need a zip for that, man. 'Cause that's a totally. That's really, yes.
At commercial break, I'm bringing it over.
All right.
Refill.
All right.
Right here, baby.
Yes, got you.
Fucking wine.
So I thought she had the flu. She wasn't feeling good one night, and I thought, of course it was flu season that time. So what are you supposed to think? So anyway, I ended up taking her to the emergency that night. It was about late, like 2 in the morning, maybe 1. And I go park the car, like I always do. And she goes in, and then I come in, and they said, something's wrong with your wife. I said, oh, what's going on? She said, oh, she's pregnant. That's what they told me. I thought she had the flu. They go, oh, no, she's pregnant. I said, okay. That's the first visit. The second visit, we go, now I know she's pregnant now. We know. This is a shock because she wasn't supposed to be pregnant. She's not supposed to have any kids, period. I was 45 years old. She's not supposed to have any kids. Well, second loop around, now we know she's pregnant. She knows she's pregnant. Boom. Never didn't know we were going to have twins. Never at all. We thought it was one baby. That was it. Anyway, so the next visit, now we go for her checkup. Pregnant ladies go to regular for checkup, not emergency appointments, right? So she walks in there, and then I drop her off. I park the car again, the second round. And then they turn around, and next thing you know, we have all of these people on the 3rd floor. Keep in mind, it's just a regular appointment, just a checkup, see how she was doing. So when she arrived, or when she arrived there, they took her straight up to the 3rd floor. I parked the car. When I arrived, I couldn't get up to the floor because there was too many commotion happening. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. In my back of my mind, that ain't my wife.
Right.
That ain't my wife,
right.
But I know the floor
else.
she's on,
Right.
because I said, oh, she's on the 3rd floor. You already text me? So, okay. So anyway, I get up to the 3rd floor. I never forget the room number. It was A15. I'll never get that room number because that's what caught the corner of my eye because they wouldn't let me in the door. Now I know it's my wife. Something's going on. So she ended up having, I guess, started with a blood clot or something like that, and it came up to the leg, stopped her from breathing. Now, when they stopped her from breathing, I looked through the curtain, and there's a a lady on top of my wife pressing the chest to try to revive her. Keep in mind, she's pregnant now. You're jumping on her stomach, and and now you're trying to bring her back to life, or trying to get air in her. So the lady couldn't press no more. So a guy jumps on her now. Now you got two. Now they need a little bit more pressure, a little bit more muscle. I'm trying to get to the room. They're trying to talk me from coming in, but I can see them doing this to my wife. And I'm trying to get to her. So the security, code blue was for her, code red was for me.
Oh, boy.
To take me out and secured me, because there's too much happening. There's people everywhere. I mean, you're talking 40 people in this one little room. They're all different. One's for the heart and the other one's for the leg. I mean, you got all these people trying to get to my wife. And then the last I remember is the doctor came out. You can almost see them bend their head down. And that feeling was the most darkest moment of my life. You can almost tell she's dead. When you see the doctors come out, they don't have to tell you. You can feel it. You can look at the emotion. And sure enough, man, she was gone. Yeah, she was gone. They covered with the blanket. I could see through the rope. That's how I knew the door number, because of the I couldn't see through it all the way, but I remember that room number, and I remember them covering her with the white sheet. And the doctors were outside in the hallway talking, and they secured me in some lunchroom and sent a preacher up there to me, a preacher towards my way, not to her, but to me, to calm me down. And then they sent some lady to check my blood pressure, some nurse, I don't know. And then I think maybe 4 minutes later, the gentleman runs out to the hallway, and the doctors are sitting there trying to figure out, like, what happened. They're like $4 or $5, don't even know what happened. They said something about a blood clot, and then I guess some other stuff, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But then all I heard was this voice, like, we got to pause. We got to pause. Oh, and then, boom, it's like, again, every fucking traffic again. People were fucking running all over it. We got to pause. It's like fucking winning the lotto to them. Yeah. I don't know what that shit is. I can't get in because they locked me in the fucking lunchroom where they have lunch, these nurses and doctors. So they went back, boom, we got a pause. So, boom, they got the pause going. The other doctor comes in with you can hear them running down the fucking the hallway like spoons and forks. But this is not an emergency room. This is not a place where you cut someone and do surgery. This is an appointment. So they cut her, no anesthesia, nothing. They straight got the knife, just cut my wife. And they cut her like she's going to live. They could have cut her any way they wanted, just to yank the baby out. Your next thing the doctor had to do was to save my kids, the baby, the twins. They didn't have, whoever cut her wasn't trying to save just the twins. They cut her underneath where they wear the bikini, just like whatever you call that stuff, how they cut ladies to bring the babies out. I don't know what they call that. But they cut it like she's C-section. Mm-hmm. But they could have cut her like this. They could have cut her and just get the fucking babies out.
Right.
Right now we need to focus on the baby. The wife's dead. Didn't work that way. When they cut, whoever cut that doctor, until this day I met her, she's the one that cut where they want to save all three parties. Mm-hmm. We can't go outside and tell that guy over there that lost all three of his family. I might as well just jump out the window too. I ain't got nothing else to live for. But I mean, besides my other kids are grown, you know. Right. But anyway, yeah. As soon as they said we got the pause, boom, and then they came in with all these nights, no anesthesia, no nothing. My wife, she's already gone. As soon as they cut her stomach, the way they explain it, don't talk doctor to me. I know what a stroke is. I know what a heart attack is. Just talk straight. Tell me what happened. What do we? So when they cut her, they almost say it's like popping a balloon. When you pop the balloon, the air came out. So when they cut her, boom, the babies come out. Now the blood, everything's flowing now. So it's almost like, okay, you know, whatever's happening is fucking happening. The babies are out. They got her breathing through. Everything is moving. We got 48 hours. Did she make it or she don't? Right now she's critical condition. Same time the babies, the same way my kids. They were 26 weeks. They didn't even have a heart. They had a heart, but it's not fully developed. So one doctor holds one of my son, Marley Patu. I got a girl, Miracle, and they're doing the heart, the same thing what they did to my wife when she was. So now you got one doctor having them like that, and they had the finger, and they're walking my kids down the twins, pressing to keep the heart pumping until they got them to wherever they need to get them. Because this is not even an emergency room. This has nothing to do with a drama.
It's a regular practice.
It's just a regular appointment room. You just go to fucking for a checkup.
Right.
And all this shit took place in that room. Never happened in California history at all. Till today, people still talk about that. Never happened. Usually they call code blue, they lose them. This code blue, they didn't lose my wife or my kids. You know, they code red. Well, of course for me, because I was already. I don't know what's happened. I'm freaking out. You know. But yeah, that's how all that happened. Now I got two healthy, beautiful twins, Miracle and Marley. You know, a set of twins, 12 years old right now. So again, I just give right place at the right time. The doctor, I guess, if I didn't take her in that day, or she would have, I would have lost her.
Very blessed.
Yeah, I would have lost her. Yeah, if I would have waited another day, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Well,
you know?
With that. Say God bless and thank God.
Man.
With that, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with pro wrestling legend, and I'm allowed to call him this, the Tonga Kid.
Your picture, post Bruno Sammartino, pre-Hulk Hogan, Backlund, and the guy named Roddy Piper.
Yes.
Of course, we all know that you show up in the WWF defending the honor of your cousin, the great Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And boy, oh boy, talk about right place, right time, right superstars. Jimmy Snuka is at his, he's so red hot, forget it. You got blisters all over your fingers if you touch him. Same thing with Roddy Piper. And here comes the Tonga Kid. Tell us about that awesome debut and your match with Roddy Piper at MSG. Please.
Man, it's like as hot as that hot sauce you got right there, man. That's how hot. That's how hot we were. That's how hot we were, man. We were hot as that hot sauce right there. About my wife, just at the right place at the right time.
How did it come about that they broke it to you? You were going to be a part of this huge program. Were you just like blown away by it? How was it broken to you?
Well, they broke it to me in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the little hall where they shoot TV every Wednesday.
Sure.
Yeah, they broke it down. Jimmy got run into some issues, or like all other wrestlers run into issues. You got to send him to some kind of rehab or whatever he was dealing. Again, I was young. I don't know a lot of. That's just what I hear. Again, I was there at the same time they were talking about that, and they needed someone to try to not replace him. I could look with all full respect. I love Jimmy. He's a great person, a good mentor, a good father, good uncle. You name it all. I've been around at a young age, and I'm not trying to take Jimmy's spot. I wasn't trying to act like Jimmy. I wasn't trying to fulfill Jimmy's shoes. I could never fulfill them legend shoes. Hell, we don't even fucking wear shoes. So
that's pretty funny.
I mean, goddamn, that motherfucker wine boy.
There you go.
I can
you
never.
were maintaining the momentum.
Yeah,
of Superfly,
we just had the. I just again had to be in the right place. When they broke that, it was for me. It was an honor. And then at the same time, I thought, man, I was actually like, can I do this?
Right.
I mean, I sort of doubted myself for a minute there.
Crash course,
so
right?
I mean, I don't. They threw me into the lions. Like, yeah, wow, I'm supposed to learn that like right now.
How did that
Shit,
feel?
You got 10 minutes before you're on the match, kid. Hurry the fuck up. Oh no, I don't have 10 minutes. I need to overlook this, or somebody got to show me something. Tell me anything. But it was so hot. I didn't realize how hot it was. Because keep in mind, when Snook and Piper when I jumped in, I'm young. I don't know nothing about the angle. I have no idea who Piper is. I have no idea who Mr. T is. I have no idea who the hell these people are. But again, I happen to look like Snooker. Yeah, you're the Tonga Kid. And Vince said, hey, okay, we're going to make you the cousin. Because back then, there was a lot of Polynesian. If you guys don't look at it, I'll name a few. You got Don Morocco from South Pacific, Hawaii. You got Siva Happy from Western Samoa, South Pacific. You got the Wild Samoans from the American Samoa, South Pacific. You see? So all them areas were covered. We need to hurry up and come up with a name for me. But on my favorite that helped me, it's because of my age. My age. Right. I mean, I was like the youngest. They hired me.
You're a baby in that crowd.
They hired me.
They sure did.
Hey, 16-year-old here, we'll hire you. I'm only 16. I can't get a job. You got to be 18 or older to get in the bar. Fuck it. You're 16. You can drop kick. Okay, there you go.
Was Vince nervous about getting you out there on?
Well, by the way, I want you to understand.
Underage.
Breaking bread with this man a little while ago. And we were talking about that moment.
You ate my fish, though.
I did eat your fish,
and
you missed out. You ordered steak. That's his problem.
You're a nice guy. What'd you get for dessert? A coconut?
The fish is good.
I mean, come on,
coconut.
Slam. What the hell? You're terrible.
He's younger than we are. Who would have known?
Wait a minute.
That the guy that's made
he got hot.
16 years old. Whatever. So I want to tell people out there.
I'm not that old. I refuse to admit anything.
I want to share this story because I think it's pretty important, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
In life, there's certain moments that you remember.
Of course.
And as a wrestling fan, there's certain moments that you remember.
Wrestling moments you remember in your life.
Yes. This moment, that match, I remember like it was yesterday. Right. A few reasons. One, he's new to the Federation. He comes on. They do that angle. He's after Piper. He's defending his uncle. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You can't take him seriously. He's nobody. This is Roddy Piper. They're just gonna do this crap on TV. Yeah. All good. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
But I remember the month before, Howard Finkel would always announce the main event.
Next month's matches.
One of the best announcers.
Yep.
Oh,
announces the main event, Tonga Kid against Roddy Piper.
Right.
I used to go to the Garden every month.
Right.
That month, I said, I ain't going to that.
Sold out.
I'm not ridiculous. Sold out. So we get to watch it on MSG like we used to.
Red hot.
This match
was ridiculously
ridiculously incredible. I had to ask him at the dinner table, and please explain.
Yeah, he got me goosebumps.
Is this rehearsed?
I got it right now.
I got goosebumps too. That match is flawless, exciting,
fire,
talk about
everything.
So I did ask you, so maybe you could explain, because I thought it was interesting when we were having dinner. When Piper's ramming your head against the turnbuckle, I'm thinking maybe you guys talked about it, but you go ahead, take it from there.
Okay, so here's what happened. So we didn't rehearse that. It's basically everything was on the fly. You got to keep in mind, I'm completely a virgin with everything, walking into this. All I had to do was listen. But everybody has their moment to shine. Everybody wants to shine. So back then, you got the Michael Jackson, the moonwalk, okay? Michael Jackson, one of the hottest hip-hop in the fucking world right now, right? I mean, back then, the 80s. Well, I sort of put a little 2 and 2 together. Piper didn't even know I was going to do that. He had no idea. All he knows, every Samoan you slam a headbutt together, or you bump their heads, or hit on a turnbuckle, you hit them with a chair, we don't sell it.
Right.
Our gimmick is you got a hard head. Right. Well, yeah, we really do have a hard head. In reality and life, we do have a hard head.
Okay.
I mean, you hit me with a chair, I'll probably go down and gag myself, but we do have hard heads because your wife or whoever can tell you that over and over and over and over again. That's what I mean by hard head. So now, here we go, the headbutt. Okay, boom, everybody sells or they don't sell it. My thing was, okay, let me put a little bit of the flavor on it. I'm trying to stay with the 80s. I'm trying to stay, who's the hottest movie star? Who's the hottest hip-hop? Who's the hottest? Michael Jackson was hot. I said, okay, I can dance. I'm young. I'm from the hood.
Now, what, you're thinking about this during the match?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, this was before?
No, this is not during the match. This is the era that I was in.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
I'm growing up in that era.
Right.
The Michael Jackson, be there. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
shit. Like Rick James.
Right.
Back in the.
Well, what you're about to do wasn't planned, though, right?
Not at all.
Tell us. Okay,
Not at all.
Go ahead,
So
go for
Piper didn't even know it was coming. He had no idea that I could dance. So we get to the dressing room anyway. So now, boom, here comes this. A little bit of the moonwalk, a little bit of the strutting. I put a little bit of the mix. People didn't know, how does he moonwalk with no shoes? What is that move? Well, you got to know what that move is, because that's one of the hottest fucking moves in hip-hop is the fucking moonwalk.
Oh, yeah.
How can you not know what that is?
Yeah.
So I put that and I mix it, and on top of that, I don't have shoes. That even made it better.
Yeah.
And Samoan's got hard head, so I'm not gonna sell it. I can do this and look straight up. Everybody does that. So why not do it, add a little dance to it, and a little bit of a moonwalk. And it's all up to the heel how to sell it. Either he'll cut me off or let me do my thing.
Right.
And he let me do my thing.
Did he sell that shit, man?
Oh, he didn't even know what's coming. He came back to the dressing room and he said, what the fuck was that? He don't even watch, he don't even know the Michael Jackson. He probably know, but I mean, his kids probably know more than he is, But again, Piper's a whole lot older than me. I don't know how old, but then I was completely, like I said, I was young. So I just followed the momentum of the 80s to the 82 or whatever is happening. I'm trying to stay in the race.
His face during that, like, he had never seen anything like that before in his life.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, Jimmy, I got to tell you.
He just looked like this. He was, I mean,
exactly.
He was looking at me like he had no idea what I was doing.
The most beautiful aspect of that moment, though, shows the amazing professionalism and the recognition of the moment of Roddy Piper.
Yes.
He let your moment breathe.
Yes.
The crowd had
Well done.
time
Exactly.
to let it all out. His reaction was, what on earth?
Yeah.
Everything. He let
But
the
he
whole
could have
moment-
cut me off.
He could have.
He could have not let me shine.
But
he
that-
could have just. But
But
he
he
didn't
recognized that's not doing either of you a favor.
at all.
He knew
it's
what
not
was
helping.
best. An amazing moment, man.
Yes.
Just an amazing,
He's so
amazing
professional.
moment.
So that's why they're called legends.
Right.
I'm a legend. I'm not putting myself over. I'm a legend.
You
Oh,
don't
you
have to.
don't
give a
you don't
shit
have
about
to.
Hall
You
of
are
Fame.
a legend.
I give a shit about Hall of Fame with all due respect, but my kids said to me, and that's all that matters, that you are our Hall of Fame. That's all that matters to me.
Absolutely,
Bro,
man.
you're our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
are our Hall
I
of
could
Fame.
really
Hall of Famer. The Tonga Kid. By the way, you've got opinions about the Hall of Fame, my friend. What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Look, I mean, me personally, like I said, along with my kids told me that you are a Hall of Famer, and man, I take that to the heart. That's good enough for me. Me personally, the Hall of Fame, we all know that wrestling is entertainment. I can't say it's fake because I'm dealing with issues right now from wrestling, which is a lot of chronic pain I deal with all the time. So what do I do to relax my nerve? I got to smoke. I got to smoke some good weed, and this is just the way it is. It's reality, and everybody adapts different in life, and that's what I was required to do towards my doctor and therapy and everything else. So I go through this every day. So how do I adapt in life? I move forward and stop whining and complaining. But when it comes down to all the things, I don't have the itch for that. And what I mean by that, I get it, people. They say, oh, you should be a Hall of Fame. You should be a Hall of Fame. And look, I get it. I totally get it. But being so young and learning a lot of shit in this business, which has made me a millionaire. I used to be a millionaire, or could have made me a millionaire. I mean, there's so many ways to go with this. You know what I mean? Could have, got it,
Coulda,
didn't
woulda,
have it.
shoulda,
You know,
maybe.
there's shit on. Look, shit on, buried. You know what I mean? I mean, jobber, you name it.
Right.
I've been all that shit.
Sure.
So the ones that really deserve to be the Hall of Fames are the one that really earned it and worked hard for it. I'm not knocking all the legends that are not here with us today. They're lost, and I mean, they're passed and moved on, and then a lot of them some are still here with us today, and some fortunately are not, you know. But those that are played golf and you watch Tiger Woods, they give them green jackets out, those are you call Hall of Fames. Again, I'm not knocking the WWE, let's get it clear, I'm not knocking any other wrestler. I just want people to know that our business is entertainment. It's what we do. In golf, that ain't fucking entertainment. These guys deserve to wear that green jacket. These are Hall of Fame. These are the ones that work hard every single day. We work hard too, but I get it where people say that the match that you guys represent, or we represent wrestling for a long time. I must have took 1,000 slams a year. I get it. I know. But I always in the back of my head, I don't want to say fake, because I'm dealing with now, you know, with high blood pressure, chronic pain, sciatic nerve. These two eyes right here these are cornea transplant right here. These two eyes are cornea transplant, and all this is caused from wrestling. My job. You won't get it in golf, and, you know, you can't. But these are cornea transplant. Nobody paid my bill. No, WWE didn't pay. Nobody. My wife paid for all that shit through insurance. So I'm going through those issues because of my job. So when I had the cornea transplant, I was done supporting my family, and that hurt it. I went to the DMV, believe it or not, to get my driver's license. I couldn't even see the E, and the E had to be big as shit. You can't. That's the first letter you see. You got to take the eye exam. If you don't pass the eye exam, why are we putting you in the car? Right. It don't make no fucking sense. Right. I couldn't see nothing. I was completely blind, but didn't recognize. So they closed this eye, Anyway, so now there's no driver's license, no ID. Now they put you in the surgery, and it's up to me. What do I got to fucking do? I'm blind anyway. Go ahead and cut me. I don't give a shit. Give me somebody else's eye, and this is what these are. So the left, never forget the name. At 3 in the morning, I got a call telling me we're ready. You know, we got a transfer. I mean, they must have had a car accident, I don't know, an hour ago. The eye's fresh, and her name's Linda. He's a cornea transplant. Put another eye. They can take your eye out and put another eye in. I got Linda here and Diane over here. And this is serious. This is real talk. This is not bullshit. This is real.
Amazing, because I cannot tell.
Yeah. So
you can't tell. You got Linda's eyes.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm serious.
God, Linda and Diane will stick with me forever. A true couple. 85, 83, they're still trying to hold on to that shit. Let that shit go, man. Your time's up. Your time's up.
So we're almost out of time. I want you to talk about your son, and I want to talk about
there we go.
What's going on with your son? What's happening here? Are we going to get him in the WWF? Is he going to become head of the table? What's going on here, brother?
Man, I mean, there's so much fire. I mean, so much talk about my son, Jacob Fatu. I'm very proud of him, first of all, you know, for holding it down. You know, MLW, heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes, sir.
Again, we all know this shit's a work, but again, you got to have leverage somewhere in this business. I mean, you know. Yep. But again, you already seen the talent. I ain't got to talk about that. It's in the bloodline, Samoan Dynasty. And, you know, it's almost like when you get a chance or you get an opportunity, you got to jump WWF. So you had the chance or you had an opportunity and you didn't jump. Now you're trying to jump. I'm not saying it's late. There's always negotiation. There's always, this fellowship or talk about it or whatever. But I think my son is doing well. He's holding it down good. He's a good champion, the longest in MLW, I think 743 days, I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Again, get it clear, I'm not saying it because he's my son. I ain't trying to put him over, but And it is in reality. This is the story. There's nothing new I can tell you. That's already out there in the internet. So all he had to do is just maintain the exercise, stay in shape, and watch some of his old dad's videos back in the '80s where the fire comes in and the moonwalk and all that good stuff. But
how heavy has the flirtations been with Vince? Because it makes no sense to me why they would not pull the trigger with this. You've got Roman Reigns doing his thing, and here's your son. What on earth? I mean, how heavy has the flirtations been with the company? Is he close? Is it close? Because it should be. I'm talking to Vince right now.
Yeah,
but
it should be.
It should
you
be.
would think Roman should be his right-hand man like Umaga was, Rikishi was, Yokozuna was, Peter Maivia was, The Rock was. The list motherfucking goes on and on and on. The Tonga Kid was, Haku was. You want me to keep going?
It's a long,
shit.
Wild Samoans,
You see what
brother.
I'm saying?
Long-ass
How can you not flip a coin or tap and say, hey,
Right.
bring them in? That's
Right.
how easy it is.